Good with that. Let me launch the chat app. Connecting to all three. All right, man. You ready, Freddie?
I'm ready.
All right, here we go. All right. All right, start recording. And then here we go with the intro, and then I'll cue us in.
Okay.
Welcome to episode 15 of the Monday Musings with Maestro. So that would be me, and joined this evening is my co-host, Mr. Crossland, Brandon Crossland, affectionately known as B.
Mm-hmm.
You may refer to him as B, or tonight, Mr. Pumpkins.
Mm-hmm.
So, how you doing, Brandon?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good.
Oh, wait. All right, let me try that again.
What
I
happened?
didn't. I did not have our audio up,
Ooh.
so they saw a lot of lips moving, but no sound. So let me try that again. Welcome everyone to episode 15 of Monday Musings with Maestoso, and that would be me, Maestoso, and I am joined by my special guest and co-host, Mr. Brandon Crossland, also known as B.
Yeah.
He shall forever be known as B. So, yeah. Um, so, how you doing, B?
Doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. Just when you said B, all I could think of
Yeah.
was the Nicolas Cage meme where he's like, "Not the bees," and then the bees start stinging his face. Yeah.
Right. Um, okay, I gotta stop the little sparkles from distracting me so I can focus on
All right.
on the show. So I hope everybody is doing well tonight. Tonight I am streaming with I'm doing Restream.io, and I've actually played with it a bit before. I just didn't want to pay that extra amount just to have it go to Sup Holland Freaks. Um, I didn't want to pay that extra money just to additionally stream to Facebook Live. But when I started moving away from doing Facebook live streaming to YouTube live streaming, which I'll talk about in a minute, then I had a lot of people going like, well, hey, I didn't see any notification on Facebook about the show. So I guess I did have a little bit of an audience there. So just to let you know, I had moved to going to um, YouTube Live because I think YouTube Live is better suited for long form video. Most people on Facebook, they see it and then they scroll past, and they see it and then they scroll past, right? But I guess there's some people that have been kind of focusing. And so, Corey, are you hearing echo from me or something else? Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Let me make sure that's muted. That's muted. That's not muted. That would be what? No. That's muted. That's muted. So Corey says she's hearing a lots of echo. I don't know if that's me or are you hearing any echo off the stream, Brandon?
Let me unmute my stream real quick.
Or yada. This is me talking for Brandon to make sure I'm not
let me unmute my
echoing,
stream
but
real quick.
apparently there's some echoing, and
yada.
hopefully there's no more
This is me
echoing
talking
for Brandon to make sure I'm not
let me unmute my
echoing,
stream
but
real quick.
apparently there's some echoing, and hopefully there's
This
no
is
more
me
echoing.
talking
She's
for
doing it on Facebook Live, so
I didn't really hear any on the stream, but let me go to Facebook real quick.
yeah, I'm gonna check Facebook real quick myself.
I didn't really hear any on the stream, but
I'm not hearing
let
it,
me go
dude.
to Facebook real quick. Me
Yeah, I'm
either.
gonna check Facebook real quick myself.
Okay. Corey, I think it's you. I think it's Corey.
I'm
So
not hearing it, dude.
she's tripping. She needs to put the drugs down. Put the drugs down, Corey.
Drugs are bad, okay?
Drugs bad guy. But no, I know that. I know it's just a joke, Corey. But glad you could join. I saw Holland join as well. Holland Holmes. If you've never, I need to get Holland on the show one night. Holland's also a ambient music guy. Does a lot of ambient music, and he's also kind of an established artist and painter. So, yes, Corey, I'm also on YouTube. So I'm using Restream.io, and you and I will talk about that after I work out all the kinks. So, but there's a monthly subscription with it if you want to do Facebook Live, but it's allowing me to stream to both Twitch and YouTube and Facebook Live at the same time. But also, I could do others if I wanted to, but I don't really need to do that right now. I don't think. But anyway, so, and it's got an integrated chat, Corey. So the chat messages as people are chatting, whether they're doing it on YouTube or Twitch or Facebook, I'm seeing it come in one place. And then if I send a chat, mostly it seems to be going to YouTube, well, and Twitch well. But for some reason it's not going out to the Facebook page. So I think we're going to try to monitor that. If somebody's chatting in Facebook, yeah, I don't know. Holland says it's happening for him too, but I didn't hear any echo when I was testing it. So I don't know what's going on. Well, if you guys continue to hear that, let me know. We'll make sure that we figure that out. But hopefully you do not hear an echo with what I'm saying right here. If you hear an echo, no echo, Holland. So I'm not sure what Holland meant. Oh, no. That was Corey saying. Sorry, Holland. Corey saying on YouTube it was echoing for her too. I think that's your audio setup, Corey. So you and I need to get together and maybe we can figure that out. But so Brandon, I don't know if you saw, but I released another single this month. That's 2 in 1 month.
That's unheard of.
It's unheard of. But
no, I didn't know you did another one.
Yeah.
I remember you saying something about you were working on another one, but I didn't know you'd released it already.
Yeah. So basically, obviously, you're familiar with Binary Waste, my new project that I started up with Ray Clay.
Uh-huh.
And this was a track that a few months ago, I was doing some streaming, and a friend of mine from work, I was going through some things that have been sitting around and I'd play with every once in a while, but really had user error. Corey. Things that I would dabble with, but I just didn't know where to take it, right?
Uh-huh.
And one of my friends from work, Emmett Brady, he was tuning in that day, and I was going through those things, and he heard a little bit of what I was working on. He goes, that right there. You need to bring that to the front of your in progress queue, your work in progress queue. And I'm like, really? Okay. So I did. And I just wasn't sure where to go with it at the time. The sounds just weren't really doing it for me. But I got it to a certain point where I thought, maybe this might work within the realm of Binary Waste. Now, this was early on when Ray and I first started, and we knew what kind of sound we were wanting to go for, but we didn't know exactly what it was going to be. And yes, Corey, if you have 2 browsers on, then you will have 2 audio streams. Oops. But anyway, I wasn't sure if it'd fit, but I figured I'd wait for the guitar work that Ray was working on. incorporate it, see how it sounded, see if it still fit. You know, we had kind of started kind of defining our sound at that point, and playing around with it, and it turned out, in my opinion, to be a really good song, but it just did not fit with what we had defined for Binary Waste. So we agreed to release it as a song under my name, featuring him on guitar. So thank you, Holland. I will definitely relay that to Ray. We've had a lot of we've had a lot of good feedback on this. I released it yesterday, right? And I've gotten like a great deal of feedback from people yesterday and today who have heard it. And what's really cool is that this is where I've been wanting to go with a lot of the things that I'm working on. So I'm really excited about it. Now, I'm still going to have like my pure ambient stuff that I release under my name, the symphonic stuff that I do under my name, a little bit more of this poppy sound that I do under my name. Hey, Jeremy, how you doing? And then of course Binary Waste for the really hard industrial techno sound, right? And then I've got VR, which is another project I'm doing with another SharePoint friend of mine, Jeff Vorosky. He and I have the VR project, which is like trying to be like real drone and ambient music. But anyway, I've babbled on enough. What I'd like to do is go ahead, if for people that may not have heard it and for people that are tuning into the show, is go ahead and give that a play for everyone. And yeah, so why don't I just give that a play for folks, Brandon?
Go for it.
And I know you haven't had a chance to really listen to it, but I'll give that a play. In fact, what I need to do here is there was a lot of things that I didn't get taken care of as usual before the show started. But I'll post a link in chat for everyone as it's playing. But this is my latest single, Maestoso. I'm gonna give that a play. It's featuring Ray Clay on guitars. Give that a listen, and Brandon and I will be right back momentarily. All right, we're muted from the stream, buddy.
All right, let me mute us on here.
Oh, you gonna listen to it?
Yeah.
Okay. Love this part. All right, Brandon, the song's getting pretty close to ending on my side, so I'm about to transition, okay?
Sounds good.
Well, there you have it, folks. The new single I released featuring Ray Clay on guitar, Maestoso.
There you have it,
And
folks.
those of you that know me and have been following me a long time, and obviously from the title of the show here, that's kind of my handle, and I guess the stage name I've chosen for Binary Waste. And I've been using it for my gamer tag for years. But basically, I came up with that name way back when I created my album, The Maestoso Interstellar Suite. And I just loved the name of it and decided to kind of make it my own. But Maestoso is a musical term for majestic. So when I was working on the Interstellar Suite, in my mind, it was like, this is going to be this majestic this majestic space music album, right? But I didn't want to call it the Majestic Space Music Album. So it turned into the Maestoso Interstellar Suite. And I just like that. I like that word. So that's kind of stuck. And as I was saying, Ray and I were working on some material for Binary Waste, and we've kind of agreed that, he's going to use a stage name of Cypher, right? Because it was really introducing him to the mix, introducing this new song and this new project. And we called it Cypher. I'm like, hey, well, that'll be cool, and I can go with Maestoso. And but anyway, I'm babbling again. Long story short, it didn't fit, so I decided, hey, I'll just release it under my name, featuring Ray, and it's doing well. I'm happy with it. I'm glad everybody else likes it. Ray likes to say it, and Ray's in Facebook chat, by the way, guys. For whatever reason, the Facebook, I'm wondering if this payment that I made just to get Facebook Live integration with Restream was worth it, because the chat's not working. So I'm having to constantly flip over there. But long story short, as Ray states, to him, it's kind of like, it feels like Sade meets Phil Collins, or Sade and Phil Collins consulted on another Risky Business Love on a Real Train type of thing, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I'm digging it. I don't know what you think, Mr. B.
I like it. I really do like the new stuff that you're doing with Ray. It's really good. I thoroughly enjoy it.
I'm sure Ray appreciates it too.
When you showed me the first song that you guys did,
Hmm.
um, you told me you were releasing it soon, and I literally checked iTunes and Spotify daily, multiple times a day, waiting for that song to hit.
Really?
Yeah,
You should be sharing it more then.
I do. I when I stream, I play that song when I stream.
Oh, do you? Oh,
Yeah.
cool.
Now I don't
Awesome.
know. I don't know if like the stream, like when you go to watch it again, because sometimes they do the copyright thing where they'll just cut all the
Yeah.
music out.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's copyright claiming it and deleting it out. But I do listen to your stuff while I stream.
Well, much appreciated, sir. So, well, you have my full permission to do it. So,
Yeah. If Twitch
let's
cuts it
figure out a
out.
way too, because if they're muting it because of copyright tags,
Hmm.
we'll find out what you need to do so that they'll whitelist you for at least my music.
Okay.
But yeah. Yeah, I felt it had that Love on a Real Train kind of feel to it in the end. And that was actually a change I made yesterday morning as I'd listened to it for like the 100th time, going like, I like it, I like it, I like it, but needs some kind of change up here. And I tried this, that, and the other, and I went, that's it, done. Put a cork in it, or put a fork in it, or whatever analogy you want to use today.
Whatever
But
you gotta do.
so as the song was playing, my good friend Mr. Holland, hey Philip, my good friend Mr. Holland, now Ray's coming through on chat. I don't, man, this is all messed up. We'll figure it out. But Holland was asking a little bit more about who you are, Mr. Pumpkins, what you're doing here, and what you're all about. So let me talk about you for a minute. The stage is going to be yours.
Okay.
So Brandon is a beautiful, wonderful, caring, and loving person.
Awesome. I try.
Brandon's a good friend of mine. I've known Brandon for about 6 years now.
Yes.
So when my wife decided to spend the rest of her life with me, obviously she came from Ohio and she needed friends and found a bunch of gamers that she could kind of hang out with. And Brandon happened to be one of those punks.
Yep.
And
The so the best part of this story is how me and Kayla
I haven't
met.
even told the story. I just told the beginning.
I
You
know,
tell the
I know.
story.
No, okay. I'm gonna tell how me and Kayla met. All right.
All right.
So long ago, there used to be an app called Whisper, I think is what it was called, and it was basically an anonymous app. You'd say something and you could put tags on it, and then people could find it, and you could message each other and stuff, or they could
Yeah.
reply to it. So I throw out a whisper, and I was like, "Hey, anybody in the area that we live in want to meet up and hang out and play some Yu-Gi-Oh or Magic or anything like that? Just want to play, hang out, make friends, and play games." And then I think like 20 or 30 minutes later, I get a whisper back, and it's from her, and it's like, "Hey, I'm down to meet up, play some games." And I was like, "Okay," and I was like, "Well, where are you at? That way we can coordinate an area that way we can meet up. That
Right.
is easy for the two of us."
Right.
And then we met up at Denny's. I think JJ met up with us later on, and
Yeah.
we all hung out, and then hung out with her a few more times after that. Then she was like, "Hey, come to work with me."
Right.
I was like, "Hey, I mean, they're offering me more money and more hours. Okay."
Right.
Uh, and then I think like I'd seen you up there, but I hadn't been introduced to you yet
Right.
when you'd come pick her
I
up.
knew who you were. Yeah.
And then there were a couple of times where I took her home after work,
Yeah.
and then I met you. Finally, like actually got introduced to you at the house when I dropped
Hmm.
her off one day. And yeah, we've been best friends ever since, hanging out, doing stuff, going places.
Yep.
Texas de Brazil.
So yeah, Brandon's just become a real good friend of ours, and we love him a lot. And he's also my other half of our Did It Suck reviews,
Yeah.
which I'm going to do a Did It Suck review here in just a little bit. Unfortunately, Brandon hasn't seen this movie with me, so it'll be like a mini Did It Suck. And then we'll have a full Did It Suck. So let me go ahead and state. Next Monday, I'm going to do a special Halloween special show.
Are you doing it on Wednesday?
Special Halloween. No, I'm going to do it next Monday.
Okay, yeah. Because
I'm going to do the regular Monday thing, and maybe I'll jump on Wednesday evening for a little bit, but I'll just plan on next Monday's show being more dedicated to Halloween. And Brandon and I are going to go see Halloween again. Well, I've seen it once, and Brandon will go see it with me next Monday. And we'll do a formal Did It Suck for next Monday's show.
Yeah.
But before I get to that, I also wanted to answer another question that Holland had, which was, did I do any custom sound programming on Maestoso? And for the most part, I just kind of stuck with a lot of presets. There was some tweaking here and there, but I had recently upgraded to the Complete Control 12 Ultimate package. So I have more sounds than I know what to do with. So it's working out nicely. So, and I really haven't even used much of the new stuff yet. So
I'm just going to come out and say it. I'm glad you got away from the Indian wind chimes.
There's going to be Indian wind chimes and other stuff. You're just going to have to deal with it.
I remember me and her, we'd be in there, and then we'd just hear that Indian wind chime effect, and then she just looks down and just shakes her head. God damn Indian wind chimes.
Well, there's a song. It's actually funny. So there's a song that's devoted to her on my album For the Willow Wept, and she likes it. But it's got this flute going. It's not wind chimes, right? But it's flute. Yeah. But every time it's playing, she jokingly, I mean, she loves the song, don't get me wrong, but she jokingly says, flute, here's a flute. Flute.
I can see her being sarcastic and doing that.
But I like that kind of music. You know, she doesn't have to love everything. You know, I just slap her around some, you know, when I need her to love it more. But, you know.
No, Joey, I'm not aware that anybody was giving profound.
I'm going to play that song in a little bit. I'm going to play it, and I'm going to tell you this is that song. And while you're listening to it, you're going to have in the back of your head, you're going to be going, flute, here's a flute, flute. Gotta have more flute. It's kind of like that. It's my version of the cowbell. You know,
that is your cowbell. It's very much your cowbell.
It is my cowbell. And it's gonna have some Indian wind chimes in it. Damn it! So, but anyway, so I think I answered the questions that Holland had. But man, I got a lot to talk about tonight. So we're gonna do a lot of babbling. But we're also gonna play some cool music too. More cowbell. And Jeremy, I did see your question about do you guys want a great cheesy horror movie to check out? Definitely recommend it. And especially if it's something we haven't seen, we will do a Did It Suck review for you on it.
I'm down.
So here's what I want to do, Brandon. I want to give my mini Did It Suck review for the new Halloween movie.
Okay.
All right. And then we're going to play another song and another single that I released this month. And we'll talk a little more about that. So Kayla and I went to go see the new Halloween last Friday. And let me give you a little background here to kind of understand, to give you some context, right? So I am a huge John Carpenter fan. So if you look on the back wall there, I got all my John Carpenter stuff. My John Carpenter live retrospective poster where I got to see him live a couple of years ago, got to meet him. I love it. And some other stuff here. And H.R. Giger stuff. But anyway, I'm a huge, no spoilers. I promise you, Holland, there are no spoilers. Whenever we do our Did It Suck, it's spoiler free.
Can I interrupt you real quick?
No, go ahead.
Okay. So my buddy Joey, he actually suggested a campy horror movie for us to watch, Sleepaway Camp.
I've heard of it.
I've heard of it. Never seen any of them. I know there's like 3 or 4 of them, but I've never seen
Okay.
them. But he was saying we have to see it.
Okay. What is it called again? What did I miss?
Sleepaway Camp. I have
Sleepaway
seen
Camp.
Troll 2. Okay, I have seen Troll 2, and that movie is terrible. But it
Where
has
are
some
you
of the.
seeing Troll 2?
He's on my stream,
Okay.
my
Okay.
restream of it. Um, so Troll 2, terrible movie. Got some of the best lines I've ever heard in my life. It's. I'm sure you've seen the one where it's like the guy with glasses, and he's like,
I
"Oh
know. I know
no,
exactly which. I
they're
won't
eating
watch it.
her.
I
Why
refuse to
not?
watch it.
Why not?"
I don't know. I refused to watch The Room forever, and then I watched it. I'm going, this is the greatest bad movie ever. So maybe we'll have to watch Troll and
All
Troll
right.
2.
But we also still need to
They're eating her, and then they're gonna eat
eat
me
me.
too.
Oh my god!
no!
And
Yeah.
but,
Oh my
okay, you need
God.
to
I don't
you
even have
need
it
to
right.
also see UHF.
I have seen UHF, or is it VHF?
Uh,
No, VHF. We've seen VHF, not UHF.
you,
Shit, I can't remember.
UHF's a Weird Al movie.
Yeah, yeah. Kayla, that's one of Kayla's favorites, and I know I've watched it.
Have you
Um,
actually watched it though? Have you truly sat down and
I
understood
don't
that
know.
masterpiece?
I don't know.
Okay.
But anyway, let's
Continue.
do my little mini TED suck real quick. All right, so let me rewind. So big Carpenter fan. When I saw the first 2 Halloween movies, I was instantly hooked. I'm like, I love the music. I'm like, oh my God, this guy did the writing and he directed the movie too. That's what I want to be when I grow up. I want to write, direct, and score my own films. Then I grew up. And still going to do the scoring stuff, but writing and directing, that's just not going to happen. But anyway, I love the original Halloween, right?
Mm-hmm.
I actually love what he wanted to do with each Halloween movie, which it not be the same story, not be Michael Myers, right? This true anthology type of different stories, right? Unfortunately, the studio convinced him, hey, we got to have a sequel. So he did Halloween 2, and then he did Halloween 3, which is a completely different story. And unfortunately, it didn't do so well because everybody was expecting Michael Myers. But anyway, I was excited about this one because he was on board for it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I liked the concept or what little of the concept I had heard of where they were going with it, and basically it retconned everything that's happened after the original first movie.
Okay.
Right?
So question real quick. So
Yep.
this one is only following directly from the original movie. So it's essentially
Correct.
the full actual sequel. So
Correct.
it has nothing to do because Halloween 2 takes place after the first one as well.
That doesn't happen. That
Okay,
doesn't
so they're basically saying Halloween 2 never happened.
exactly.
Okay, gotcha.
So the first movie happened, and that's it.
Okay.
And they do a little bit of special fan service. I don't want to say fan service, but they acknowledge some things that are spoken about in the other movies, right? But this is a direct sequel to the original. All right, so I was super excited about it. We got our tickets, we were ready to go, and so my overall rating for it is, it didn't suck. I enjoyed it, right? My only 2 issues with it, and I'm not going to say what they really are, except for the very, very beginning and the very, very end. I didn't care too much for it.
Okay.
But everything in the middle, except for one other slight thing in the middle, but everything in the middle I absolutely loved. I really enjoyed it. Enough that I will go and watch it again, right? You and I are going to go watch it next Monday, and we'll talk more about it because I'd like to get your opinion as well.
Okay.
But
I'll have to rewatch the first movie.
Yeah, I'm going to rewatch it again too, and I even held off listening to the soundtrack before I watched it because I didn't want song titles giving away what was going on. But I will tell you, and here's the other great thing about it is because Carpenter actually did the music for it. You can tell it's a Carpenter score, and I love it. I really love it. There's some obviously some modern touches to those original themes, but he didn't like go completely off base. You know, it gave a new modern feel to it without it destroying what they originally were. There's some other elements that are in there. I don't know if it was him or Cody, his son, or his godson, Daniel Davies, that convinced him to do that. But there's other things that I don't want to say, even about the soundtrack, right? But that kind of bumped it up a notch. And the actual soundtrack, because I listened to it all the way through yesterday and a little bit on the way to work today, I love it. So and that didn't surprise me that I wouldn't love it. There was a chance I could have hated it, but I didn't. But that's it. So that's my sort of not mini Did It Suck review for Halloween. So I would recommend seeing it in theaters. And for those of you new to the show and the whole Did It Suck thing, it was a side show that Brandon and I actually started. And then I realized I don't have time to do all of that. So we'll just merge it into this. It's going to be expanded upon in the future. But another thing I need to do, Brandon, is we need to get the official Suckometer designed. So
we need to have it animated too. That'd be pretty cool.
I can do it animated.
Oh yeah.
But so my version, my Did It Suck the dubstep parts. I don't think I wouldn't call that dubstep, Don, but whatever. You could call it dubstep, but it's not dubstep. It's a low dubbing sound, but it is not dubstep. I'll point it out next week when we talk about it. But
okay.
So anyway, my version, if I were to say, you know, my rating on this was, you know, it didn't suck. To me, it's C plus B minus. You know, and my hands are all over the place again.
So real quick.
Yeah.
Joey said for the Did It Suck meter, he said make it a vacuum that's either on or off.
But there's different levels of sucking.
There are, and that's the thing. So, but I mean, that's still pretty clever. I'm not gonna lie, that's still pretty clever. But I
Jaws: The Revenge, Jeremy, that movie sucked. It sucked. There's no doubt about it. That movie just sucked.
I mean, if he really wanted to get you talking about a movie that sucked, all he needs to do is just mention The Last Jedi.
I promised the audience that there was our F-bomb account is not full yet, so I'm holding back. And if Bill, if you're watching, I'm holding myself back, sir. I'm holding myself back. Don't get me started, you punk.
I'm not going to. All right, we're good.
So, tell you what, we're gonna play another song. I'm gonna play that other single I released today. And speaking of John Carpenter's soundtracks,
okay.
All right, this is a cover of one of my favorite John Carpenter tunes ever. It is a cover of the song "Chariots of Pumpkins" from the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch soundtrack. So I had a lot of fun with this one. It was something that I would open up about once a year for the last 6 years and just work on it, and just until I just felt it was ready. But we're going to give this a play for you guys. This is my cover of the track "Chariots of Pumpkins" from the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch soundtrack. We'll give that a spin, and B and I will be back momentarily.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to run to the restroom real quick, dude. Huh? You're welcome.
Thank you.
Gotta figure out how to get more people watching.
I know. I had 6 viewers on Twitch for a minute there, and then I mean I spam our thing to spam my link to everybody. I spam your link to everybody. I don't know why. It's just hard.
I'm gonna remind people to invite people. Depending on what platform you can share a link to the show.
Oh, don't forget after this one, mention the giveaway.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Thank
You're
you.
welcome. Got you. Then we can make your character real quick.
Oh yeah. We'll do that. We'll do that next.
Just for funsies.
No, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. I'm gonna have to try to remember and get into that mode I was in earlier. So. All right, I think this one's getting pretty close to the end here in a minute. All right, here we go. All right, that was my cover of the song Chariots of Pumpkins from the Halloween 3 Season of the Witch soundtrack. Hope you enjoyed that. I enjoy it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so before I forget, Brandon,
Okay.
again, we need to tell people about the contest.
Giveaway.
All right? Giveaway. What we're gonna do is we're gonna give away a CD or two, and it can either be my latest full album, Dawn, or it could be my award-winning album, Ambient Highways. The choice could be yours. But it's real simple. I'm going to paste the link in, and it's a link basically to sign up to my mailing list. And up here to enter the contest. Anyway, so what you want to do is click that link and sign up to my mailing list if you're not already on it. And what Brandon and I are going to do before the show ends is we're going to look at the number of people that have signed up, the total number, and we're going to pick a random number. Have Brandon pick that random number of the total number of people that have signed up. And we'll choose that person and call out that person's name. And if you're still watching, you'll need to acknowledge that you're watching. And if you're still watching when we call out your name, I'm going to send you an autographed copy of either one of these CDs here. But you got to sign up to the mailing list. If you are already on the mailing list, you still have a chance to win. And that would simply be by going and finding one of those emails you got from me and just reply to it and say, hey, pick me. So, or let me know that you want to enter into the contest. So, Yeah, we'll do that. So I didn't forget, and Brandon's going to remind me in about 20 minutes or so to do it again.
Yeah.
But now we're going to move on to a new one and only premiere segment of the show. It's called, drum roll, please. What are we going to call it, Brandon? Design Keith's D&D character. Blah!
Yeah.
Something thing, whatever. So we've got a group of friends. We're going to try to do a monthly gaming night, and I have been super busy with my daytime job and this music stuff, and I haven't had a chance to kind of sit down. You hear that buzzing? I keep bumping.
I don't hear a buzzing.
Joey
Joey says to make a barbarian. We'll see.
I haven't taken the time to actually sit down and work on my character. So Brandon's going to design my character for us here on the fly. So we're going to see how this goes. So where do we start, Brandon? Tell me what I need to do. What do I need to do?
Well, first off, we need to pick you a name, but I already went ahead and picked you a name. I went Maestoso the Great because, I know you like that name.
I like it.
Plus, the Great sounds really cool. I don't know if we're doing milestones for leveling up, but that's not important at the moment because I can change that later.
All right.
So now we need to pick you a fun little race. So
okay.
You've got like a bajillion races to pick from.
All right.
I'm going to go ahead and tell you all of them before you decide. That way, if I say one, you're like, oh, I want that one. And then, we start doing stuff with it. And
I need to be patient, right?
Is that what you're saying? Be a little patient.
All right.
Okay. So you can be the Aarakocra.
I want that one.
No. Well, maybe. They're the bird folk. So they're like eagles and stuff, and
okay. Well, Maestoso means majestic.
Yes.
Eagles are freaking majestic as fuck.
Yeah,
so,
yes, they are.
I'll be
America.
That. I'll be that. Or should I wait? Should I wait?
I would wait. Let's hear what they all are.
That was only the first one.
That's only the first one.
But
they do get flight, and they have talons. I don't know what talons does, but I'm assuming it does something nasty if you get a hold of somebody.
Oh, okay.
You can be a centaur, half man, half horse.
Okay. No.
Yeah, probably not. You could be a changeling. They have like change appearance, changeling instincts, unsettling visage, and divergent persona.
Okay.
I'd have to read up on these abilities for you.
That sounds interesting.
So okay, we'll keep a notice on them.
Changeling, a maybe.
Dragonborn. It's a humanoid dragon person.
Okay, no. All right, I know I need to let you finish, but
okay,
you had me at Dragonborn.
So you get to choose what type of dragon ancestor you derive from. So that'll determine what your breath weapon is.
My breath weapon is obviously bad coffee breath, but
then we will choose a brown dragon.
All right,
a coffee dragon for you.
No, it's got to be a red dragon.
There is dwarf, and there's a bunch of sub races for dwarf.
Because when I've had too many jalapenos, it's like,
ridiculous.
Totally. Never mind. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Please continue.
So there's dwarf, and then there's like hill dwarf. There's a regular dwarf, and then there's mountain dwarf.
I don't want to be a dwarf. That sounds
okay. Elf.
That's not PC.
Elf.
Dwarf is PC, isn't it? Yeah. Sorry, I'm thinking that other word, which I'm not going to repeat.
Okay. There's all the elves, like high elf.
I like elves. I like elves.
I
like it when they don't take my Lucky Charms.
Those are.
Well, that's elves.
No, he's a leprechaun.
No, the Keebler elves, dude.
They don't take Lucky Charms.
Keebler elves. All right. You're right. Sorry. Lucky Charms is the leprechaun. Sorry, never mind.
There's the genocide, which are the they're elemental people. So like air, earth, water, fire.
All right.
There's gnomes.
No gnomes. No.
There's
Not even
Goliaths.
gnomes, because no gnome is a good gnome with Gary
Yes,
Gnome.
Gary Busey.
Yeah, what? No.
There's
I'll explain that one later.
okay.
All
There's Goliaths. They're big, basically bald people with tattoos all over their body.
right.
Um, let's see. There is half elves, which are half human, half elf. Half orcs, which are half human, half orc. There are halflings, which is a human that is half the size of a regular human.
Okay.
Uh, so think like
So
for
they're not dwarves.
no, they're actually shorter than dwarves.
Okay.
Um,
So they're micro people.
yes,
All right.
hobbits. Hobbits is the best way to explain them.
Hobbitses?
Yeah, they're hobbits.
I don't want to be a hobbitses. I like hobbitses, but they're just cute and cuddly and all that stuff.
Then there's human, of course, just generic.
Yeah.
I'm a human.
But I could be a tank as a human. I could probably be a tank as other things, but
Oh yeah, like Dragonborn.
I really like Dragonborn. But
Dragonborn's
continue.
pretty good at being a tank.
All right.
Loxodon, which is a elephant person, like an elephant humanoid. The Minotaur.
Huh. No, Dragonborn, dude.
Okay.
Dragonborn.
There's the Shifter. Um, this one's a new one, so I assume it's like a. Okay, yeah. So the Shifter is it's like a druid is the best way to explain it, but it's not a
Nah.
druid
Yeah.
class.
Yeah.
So basically, they put on the skins
It's
of an
a
animal, and then it lets them transform into that animal.
so it's a less fluid druid.
Correct. But there's like four different versions of it, and depending on like what one you pick is the type of animals that it can turn into.
Okay.
So like one can turn into a bear and a boar.
Okay.
Another one can turn into tigers, hyenas, and other predators.
Dude, I think it's gonna be dragon. How many more are there?
There's not that many more. There's one,
Okay.
two, three, four, five, six. There's a Simic hybrid. Merfolk people is the best way to explain them. Tieflings are demon elves, and is the best way to explain them. Aasimar are
Dragon.
they are celestials.
I think anything that you say, I've got my mind set on this whole dragon thing.
Okay.
I
All right.
probably should listen
One
to
last
Brad.
one for you then. One last
Oh,
one.
okay.
All right. I'm skipping the other two that are after Aasimar for
No,
this
if there's
one.
only three more, then just go ahead.
Okay. Vidalkians are blue-skinned wizard people.
No.
Varishino, which are they're lizard people.
No.
Okay.
No. Because I'll itch.
Okay. And then there's Warforged. Robots. And there's three versions of Warforged. And depending on which one you pick is depending on like the characteristics that they are. So like there's the Envoy,
Dragon.
which is
Dragonborn.
Okay.
I think I'm
All
a
right,
dragon.
you going Dragonborn. I'm
I'm
choosing
going
it.
Dragonborn.
All right,
Yeah.
that's what you're being. So
Man.
you want to? Did you really want to be a red dragon?
Yeah, I do actually. Yeah.
Okay.
Why?
Well, because you have different choices. So you can go black dragon, which at your breath weapon would be acid damage. Blue
Okay.
dragon is lightning damage. Brass dragon is fire damage. Bronze is lightning. Copper is acid. Gold is fire. Green is poison. Red is fire. Silver and white are cold.
I can't transmute into one of those varying different ones. I
Nope.
want to use all those.
Nope.
I'll have to do.
Unfortunately.
I'll stick with fire. Fire's
Okay, so
fire's
red,
good.
you're gonna be a red dragon. Okay. So that means your breath weapon will do fire damage, and because of that, you have a resistance to fire damage.
Yeah.
So that's one of the good things. All right. Now for your class.
All right.
So you have to choose from barbarian, bard, blood hunter, cleric, druid, fighter, monk, paladin, ranger, rogue, sorcerer, warlock, or wizard. If you're wanting to be a tank, you'd probably want to go, and this is my honest
Well,
opinion.
here's the whole thing. Here's what I'm thinking. I like playing tanks in video games
Uh-huh.
because I can just run up and just start, boom, get my feel for crashing crap, right?
Uh-huh.
But I don't know if I want to be a tank in a role playing game.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold off choosing tank. But a wizard, give me wizard options.
So for spellcaster, like slinging spells, your best bet would be either warlock or wizard.
Warlock. I want to be like a dark dragon.
Okay. Now I'm gonna be real honest with you. As far as Dragonborn goes, not so heavily magic based. They're better at melee combat, and they're better at being fighters, clerics, paladins, barbarians, and stuff like that because they get the stat bonuses to strength and all that stuff. So that makes them better at doing
Okay. I gotta turn
physical
this.
combat.
Keep going. I'm listening.
You could still go down the route of playing a spellcaster with it.
Okay.
It's just you're probably going to feel really useless in the beginning, just because you don't have, because you're going to want to go in there and hit stuff. And when you do that as a spellcaster, you squishy, you don't have advantages.
Maybe I do want to be a tank then.
Now, here's the thing.
Right.
Tanking in this game doesn't necessarily meaning you do no damage.
Right.
A tank in this game is somebody who can take a lot of damage and mitigate a lot of damage. That doesn't mean that you don't have a high damage output.
Right.
Now, for you, if you wanted to be a high damage dealing tank, your best bet would be either Barbarian, Bloodhunter, or Cleric. Paladins and Monks can both go tank as well. Monks do a decent amount of damage. Paladins do way more damage later on in the game.
Okay.
Early levels, not so much. You're going to do a lot more damage as a cleric or a barbarian versus any of the other ones.
We may want to pick this up again here in a little bit, Brandon, because I'm afraid we're going to start losing people.
Okay. No, you're good.
We'll do like the second half of that.
Okay, we'll do your class pick here in a little bit.
All right.
Because after that, it's basically just picking abilities and equipment.
Right. I mean, I know there are some people that are interested in it, but looks like we're starting to lose people, and I don't want that. So, well, you know what? They can deal with it. Let's continue on. It's my damn show, right?
Yeah.
All right, continue on. We're continuing on.
Okay. My
We'll pause for
chat
music
on
here.
my chat on Twitch is wanting you to do a lizard wizard.
I don't want to be a lizard, man. No,
Well,
not gonna happen, guys.
The Dragonborn is considered a lizard because you're.
Oh, okay. Well, but it's a fucking dragon. Oh,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yep.
Got to take one out of the F-bomb bank.
They want you to be a lizard wizard, basically. I like wizard, but like I said, it's going to be a class that you're not going to feel very useful at because you're going to want to go in and hit stuff, and you don't have the bonuses to intelligence and stuff like that, so you won't have. It's just going to feel kind of bad in the beginning.
Right.
I mean, if you don't mind playing like that and feeling a little useless, but becoming much more prevalent later on in the game, that's up to you. If you want to go down Warlock is not a bad class to pick.
Let's go with Warlock. Let's go with Warlock.
Because, I mean, here's the thing. Like, Warlock, your primary ability is Charisma, and as a Dragonborn, you get a +1 to Charisma, so it's not going to be as bad. Right. You're still getting the +2 to Strength, so if it does come down to it, later on you can multi-class into a fighter or something, and you can hit stuff.
Right. Keep talking. I'm just getting some. Okay. I'm getting some light going here.
All right. We're gonna go into that and intimidation.
I just realized I gotta lighting is something else I gotta work on in here.
All right. So I gave you for your proficiencies. You're proficient with light armor, simple weapons, um, no tools, but your saving throws are wisdom and charisma, are what you'll use for your saving throws.
Okay.
Um, you get to choose two skills from Arcana, Deception, History, Intimidation, Investigation, Nature, and Religion. I went ahead and picked Arcana, and I picked Intimidation because you're wanting
Okay.
to spook. You want to be the spooky big evil lizard wizard.
Right.
So being a Dragonborn, you're gonna get a pretty decent intimidation check from time to time, so
Okay.
that'll help. And then we'll do point buy. So
Hey, you're monitoring Twitch, right, Brandon?
I'm watching my Twitch. I'm
Uh-huh.
not sure about yours.
No. You don't have YouTube open, right?
I have it open on
Oh,
my
okay.
second monitor. That's what I'm streaming from.
I'm just making sure I've got I'm estimating counts here. So
Oh, okay, gotcha.
yeah.
So on here, let's do. We're gonna do. Gross. We'll do 14 in wisdom. We'll do 15 in intelligence. Constitution. We'll do 14. Dex will do at 10. Charisma. We'll bump that down. Bump that up. You know what? You don't actually need a lot of intelligence. That should be okay the way I've got it. Because you're already getting the +2 to strength. So your strength will be 10. So you're not getting any negative bonuses to strength. Your dexterity is a 10. Constitution is going to be a 14. Intelligence is going to be 12. Wisdom is a 13. And your charisma is going to be a 15. Your charisma should help with also making intimidation checks. So once again, you should be able to spook the peoples into doing the things you want.
Okay.
Let me just scroll through here just to make sure. Okay. For a background, let's do. We'll do an acolyte for your background just to make it kind of easy. So you get to choose 2 languages. I would suggest Dwarvish and Elvish. That way you at least know those. Because you already know Common and you already know Draconic from your being a Dragonborn.
Okay.
So we do both of these because those are 2 heavily common languages. Let's see. So pull up a dice generator for me.
Okay.
Like, make sure it goes up to like I think a D8 is the highest you need.
D8. Okay.
Yeah. So I need you to roll 2d8 for me and tell me what each one of them is individually.
Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
I got a 7.
Okay.
And then a 1.
Okay. So this is your character's personality traits.
All right.
So you idolize a particular hero of your faith and consistently refer to that person's deeds and example. That's from
So I'm
rolling
constantly talking about someone's deeds, right?
Deeds or example. So like
he will be a great warrior.
Yes. And then you said you got a 7?
Yes, 7 and then a 1.
Okay, and then for 7, you've enjoyed fine food, drink, and high society among your temples. Elite. Rough living grates on you. So basically, you would much rather be in a city, drinking it up, having a fun time in somewhere
Sounds like me.
nice. You'd rather not be living out in the woods, camping, and in a cave somewhere, you know. All right,
That
so
sounds a lot like me.
for your ideals, I need you to roll 1d6.
A D6? All right.
Yes.
Got a 4.
Okay. So for your ideals, power. You hope to one day rise to the top of your faith's religious hierarchy. So basically, you just want to be the number one warlock of them all. You want everybody to look up to you, and you be like,
Me!
yeah.
Me!
All right. Your bonds. Roll
All right.
another d6.
D6?
Yep.
That's a 6.
That is a 6. Okay. You seek to preserve a sacred text that your enemies consider heretical and seek to destroy. So you've got some kind of book or something that these other warlocks are like, nah, we can't let that go. We gotta burn that because that makes our theories wrong. Flat
Okay.
earthers, they're flat earthers. That's what they
All
are.
right. Yeah. Damn them flat earthers.
All right. And then roll another d6, and this is for your flaws, and this will be the final one.
2.
You got a 2. You put too much trust in those who wield power within your temple's hierarchy. So basically, the higher ups, you trust them way too much than you should.
Okay.
So for your alignment, chaotic evil, chaotic good, chaotic neutral, lawful evil, lawful good, lawful neutral, neutral, neutral evil, neutral good. So this is basically how your character is going to act towards certain things. Should we save this village full of goblins, or should we burn it to the ground because
Burn it.
they've stolen stuff from this other village? But
Obviously.
but here's the thing: they're doing it to survive.
I don't care.
Chaotic evil, kill it all, burn it. I don't
Burn
know.
it down!
I don't know if he's got anything special as far as faiths go, so we're gonna leave that blank for now. We're gonna go aristocratic because I'm gonna assume that your character's pretty high up in your order.
Oh, I'm definitely snooty.
So that gives you extra gold to start with. This doesn't really pertain to you because you're a dragonborn, so your skin's already going to be scaly red. I'm assuming your gender is a male. Dragonborn can live for a good while, so we'll say your character's probably like 38. 38
Okay.
years old.
All right.
Dragonborn are kind of heavy, so we'll say you're 187 pounds.
Okay.
We'll say your height is 7 feet exact.
All right.
What color do you want your eyes to be?
Blue.
Blue eyes.
I like the blue eye. No, red.
You want red eyes?
I red, yeah.
Okay.
That way I'll have to get clear eyes for my red eyes.
Ooh. All right, and then equipment. Choose equipment. So your starting equipment, you can have a light crossbow with 20 bolts or any simple weapon.
Crossbow.
Crossbow, okay. Since you're not going to go and whack stuff with your cane or whatever, you probably want the
Right.
crossbow to be able to help if you're not being able to pew pew something.
Yeah.
So you can choose a component pouch or an arcane focus.
Component pouch.
Okay. And then your pack, you can have a scholar's pack or a dungeoneer's pack, and I can tell you what comes in each one.
All
So
right.
if you choose a scholar's pack, you get a backpack, a book of lore, a bottle of ink, an ink pen, 10 sheets of parchment, a little bag of sand, and a small knife. With the dungeoneering pack, you get a backpack, a crowbar, a hammer, 10 pitons, 10 torches, a tinderbox, 10 days of ration, and a water skin and a
Bat.
50 50-foot hemp rope. You could choose leather armor, any simple weapon, and 2 daggers. Let's see.
We should probably cut to some music and
Okay. I'm almost done. I just have to pick
Should we wait a couple more minutes?
Yeah, it's literally you've got.
I'm
two
not
more
trying
options.
to rush you. I just
No. Yeah. No. You're good. You're good. I'm just letting you know you only have two more options.
Okay. All right.
For this, let's go ahead and give you a. We'll give you a spear,
Okay.
and then for your holy symbol, do you want an amulet, an emblem, a holy symbol, or a reliquary?
Amulet.
Okay. And then you get a prayer book or a prayer wheel. I don't know what the difference is.
Prayer book.
Okay. And then add to starting equipment. And all I have to do is equip some stuff for you real quick. Get your leather armor on. Equip your spear. Dang, man, you got a bunch of stuff. All right. So what's next? Export your character sheet, and I can send that to you on Facebook.
All right. Cool.
So your character is done.
Cool, man. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. And it'll be on my thing, so if you level up or anything, I can go in and change it, and we can get it all set up for you.
Cool.
So, yeah, if you want to cut to some music real quick, we can.
We will. One thing I want to remind people that hopefully they're still watching. I like doing that. So, but I noticed a bunch of people drop off. It could be they got other things going on, but
right.
I wanted to make sure we weren't boring them to death. But so one thing I forgot to mention when you do sign up for the mailing list is when you get that introductory email, reply back with your first and last name, because that's what I need to call out on the stream for you to acknowledge to win the CD. Because I'm pretty sure you don't want me to read your email address off live. So, so let me kind of restate, right? Mm-hmm. So it's real simple. You can enter to win an autographed CD, either Ambient Highways or Dawn, my original Notion picture soundtrack for the first book in the Lilith's Brood trilogy, by signing up to my mailing list. And I'm going to put that URL in chat here again for everyone. Win an autographed CD. When you get that introductory email after signing up, reply back with your first and last name. Near the end of the show, Brandon and I are going to look at the total number of people who have signed up. We're going to pick a random number, or he's going to pick a random number, and that person, I'm going to call out your name. If you're still watching, you're going to win an autographed CD from me. And the people that are watching the restream of Brandon's, yes, sorry. You got to be watching this one. But anyway. But yeah. So we're going to jump and play some music now. I'm actually going to play something from my latest full album, Dawn. This is called Learn and Run. So give that a play for everyone, Brandon, and we will be back momentarily.
All right. Flute.
Yeah, we're muted from the stream. No, I think it's fine. I like notice. I'll show you how I've got it all set up. Oh, man. Yeah. Oh, Holland is still there.
I'll be right back.
All right. Ooh. All right, man, we're about to come back from the stream, okay?
All right, sounds good.
All right, that was Learn and Run from my original Notion Picture soundtrack, Dawn, which you can win an autographed copy of by signing up to the mailing list. So sign up to the mailing list. When you get that intro email, reply back with your first and last name. We'll pick a number here shortly, and somebody's going to win that CD. So, CD.
Free stuffs.
Coaster. So, hey, some people still like these things, even in a digital world. I mean, it's digital, but even in a streaming world. So, crapola, Brandon. There was something else I was going to talk about, and I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what it was. Maybe I never knew.
You know, I haven't told you yet, but it was on the tip of my brain a little while ago, and I forgot. So, I think I was just going to tell a few folks, hope we didn't bore you with that character generation, but it's my show. I don't care. But, I want people to pay attention, talk music, talk movies, talk stuff.
Yeah. Talk games.
So, man, 2019 is going to be super busy for me. Super busy.
What's up? What's going on?
Well, I've got Binary Waste going on. Ray and I hopefully hope to have something wrapped up to release in the first quarter of 2019.
Okay.
All the new Moog polyphonic synth. Yeah. How much is that thing going for? I've looked at a couple of things, Olin, but so first quarter of 2019, we're hoping to have a Binary Waste album out. Second quarter of 2019, I'm probably going to have another it's either going to be another solo release from me or my VR project with Jeff Roski. So that's either going to be second quarter or third quarter. You could take one of the two and flip those, right? Yeah, $4,000. I'd love to have it. I'd like to actually have some more hardware-based synths, but it's just not in my budget right now. And then fourth quarter next year, I'm hoping to have our full John Carpenter cover album I'm going to be doing with 2600, if we can make that happen. And then there's also something else that's going on. I can't speak of right now, but it is very cool. And you're gonna want to make sure you're signed up on my mailing list, so you'll be one of the first to know. So, little hint, folks. There's something really cool going on. You want to sign up to my mailing list. So with that said, 2019 is going to be super busy, but I like being busy. And
oh, you know what else? 2019. Scarborough.
Oh, Scarborough! I'm already looking forward to it.
Oh wait, you were telling me that the Scottish festival is next month, isn't it?
No, that's Texas Ren Fest, I believe, is next month. It's another Renaissance fair.
Oh, okay.
And then the Irish Fest is generally around March.
Oh, okay.
Followed by Scarby.
Yeah. I'm ready.
Colin, help me remember. I think the difference between that 5K and 8K Moog was 8-key polyphonic versus 10-key. I can't remember. But I know you're paying about 3K more for like 2 or 3 more keys. I don't remember exactly, but yeah. I need to figure out ways, Brandon, to 16. That's right. 8 to 16, I think, was the difference. So I'd love to have one, man. I'd love to have one of those, but because when I was in high school band, dude, I used to check out the band's Moog, Mini Moog synthesizer and lug that ton of a thing back and forth from high school to home like every other day. And so much fun. But yeah. Yeah, definitely too expensive for, I don't know. And a Moog, here's the way I would see using any Moog synthesizer that I had on. It probably would be no more than 8-key polyphonic. And mostly it'd be just, I'd be using it for some Berlin school type sounds, so it'd probably be a single note arpeggio, probably no real chords. But then again, if I had it to play with it, then it might be different. That's another thing that I want to start doing is part of the show, Brandon, is having more music related news, because I get a lot of news about what's happening in the industry, and I'm trying to do a better job of writing down interesting articles that I find and sharing with people. But we need to figure out a way to grow the show.
Okay. So question, here's something for you.
Okay.
So got some music related news.
All right.
Disturbed, I believe, has a new CD coming out soon.
I'm
kind of pumped about that. The last one that they did was really, really good. I remember when they put their single out for it, and I listened to that song a lot. And then as soon as that CD came out, Like as soon as it was available, I went straight to Best Buy and I bought it.
Nice.
And I had that thing in my CD player for like 2 months straight.
Right.
Uh, I'm still waiting on Volbeat to come out with a new CD. I hadn't heard
Yeah.
anything from them in a while. I think it's been about two. It's been about 2.5 years since they've done a CD. But I'm hoping. I know they've been on tour a lot the past 2 years. Like they've been
Hmm.
almost on constant tour. So,
Hmm.
uh, yeah. If you ever want to talk music, man, I listen to a little bit. I can help you out.
No, no, yeah, definitely. No, I haven't. No, dude, just offer it up. You don't have to ask me. Just
Okay.
offer it up. So last week we went to go see. Was it last week? Yeah, last weekend.
Yes, you went to go see FM.
FM 84,
Hmm.
and then this weekend we're going to see the Birthday Massacre.
Yes, you go see them every year, and
We
you
go
do
see them every time they're in town.
you do the big
Absolutely.
VIP.
Yes. What's wrong with that?
Nothing.
Nothing.
I'm just saying, man. Like,
Love that band. Absolutely freaking love that band.
it's. I mean,
If it isn't obvious.
Kayla sent me home with her hard drive that had like all their CDs on it, and I listened to it. They're good.
Yeah, they are
I
good.
I will say this. No offense to you guys, but not necessarily my cup of tea. But if it came on, I'd listen to it.
Yeah,
would
no, I get that. I get that.
I wouldn't be instantly like, ugh, and then switch the channel. Like some CD, like some songs come on, I'm like, get this garbage off, and I
Right.
just
No, I get it.
hit
I
that
get it.
thing. Um, but
I totally get it.
I do. I want to say this. I do want to go see the Jack FM, the '80s concert that they do every year now. They do it in August,
Hmm.
and they get a bunch of like '80s bands together to play like just this big concert just for fun. I think this year. Uh, shoot, you can talk, and I'm gonna look it up real quick, and I'll
No, that's fine. I'm gonna go select something to go play next
okay.
while you're talking. You're looking up, and I'm selecting something. So we got to keep talking, though. We got to keep. Oh,
but-
I know what I can talk about real quick. Holland
Okay.
was talking about how the streaming industry has affected CD sales, and that is absolutely true. In fact,
hmm
up until 6 months to a year ago, I wasn't even making CDs anymore, simply because nobody wanted them, right? But I went ahead and did it because some very few people did, and I felt the amount of people that did would warrant the cost to have just a very minimal run manufactured. And it also gives me something to give away to people, something tangible. Um, Something tangible. So, but yeah, streaming has definitely, impacted CD sales.
For sure. Because
for
I mean,
sure.
here's the thing. Like for instance, Spotify. I can pay $10 a month, and I can listen to any CD as much as I want. I can skip any songs. I don't have to go buy any of your older stuff. I can listen to whatever I want when I want for $10 a month. When you really look at it, like I don't know how much you charge for your CDs, but I'm just saying like when I go to like Best Buy and I go to buy a CD, they're anywhere from $8.99 to $12.99.
Yep.
It's varying from price to price, but once again, some people look at that like, well, I want to listen to this, and I like this band and this band and this band, and they've all got new CDs that just came out. Why would I pay 50, $60 to buy all these CDs when I can pay $10 and just listen to them for free?
Well, right,
yeah.
right. No, it's so obviously the streaming quality isn't as high of a quality as if you were to have it on CD or
Correct.
vinyl.
I will say that. I do
But
notice
most people
that.
don't care. Most
Right.
people don't care. I hear a difference, and most audiophiles will. For me, it's still a tangible thing. Like I still will buy a CD and a vinyl of my favorite band simply because I want to support them and I like having something tangible, right?
Yeah.
But like Holland's noting here, he used to sell 50 CDs a month. Now it's like he's trying to get rid of 40 this year. It's true. So, and it's you get somebody who's interested in your style of music and they come to that, but now you throw something like You throw something like Spotify or Apple Music at them, and there's this plethora of stuff to choose from if you choose, or you have it auto feed you some stuff, and that doesn't suck either. And I totally get it. And the bottom line is we are in a streaming world. In fact, you can't, you go buy a new computer, it's not going to have a CD player, right?
Mm-hmm.
CD players aren't even coming in cars anymore. I mean, that's like a special item to have.
Got that aux cord plug though. But no, I get what you're saying, man. Like I agree. Like it's most cars now. If you want a CD player, you actually have to ask for that as in like an upgrade to it. Like that used to just be a standard feature.
Right. Well, for example, for Binary Waste, Ray and I are talking. Right. We're talking a little early, right? Because not until we have a full album ready to go are we going to put anything together. But we're probably going to release it, obviously digitally and on CD and possibly vinyl. But only because we think we can reach the audience to make it worthwhile, right?
Right.
To have those options. But it's going to be minimal. It will be a minimum run, like 300 CDs, which we'll probably give half of them away. And then a minimum order of like 100 vinyl. It depends on how big the audience is and how many people we can target, and if we crowd fund and get enough people. But we'll see, right? But most of those CDs, it's just going to be, and I don't want to do CDRs again. I made a mistake with doing CDRs for something, and they don't suck. They're not horrible, right? But, CDs are the new 8-track. Nobody wants them. They're too clunky. But it is what it is. But the bottom line is we live in a streaming world now. So any artist out there doing music needs to, if they've got backing and they've got an audience, then definitely have CD and or vinyl for those who really want it, if your audience is there. And you can raise enough money to have the physical product delivered. But do a minimal run. Do a minimum of glass mastered CD and a minimum of vinyl if you can do it. With ambient music, it's really tough to try to market to that area. And one of the struggles that I'm actually having right now is, I don't know if I'd call it a struggle, but just finding, it's getting your voice heard against that sea of everything that's out there. And there are so many people. All right, hold on. I need to be very careful with what I say. And I think Holland will understand what I'm saying, but I want to be very, 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 very careful with what I'm about to say.
Okay.
When I talk about ambient music. Okay? Anybody can pick a couple of sounds and play one or two notes and let them ride and call that ambient music. Because technically, it is. Right? And, I don't know if Holland's statement was a WTH, what I just said, or getting himself prepared. But I'm not talking about you, Holland. But there are people that will do that, and they crank that shit out, right? But anybody can play one note on a keyboard. Oh, video went poof, still had chat. All right, let me make sure that's still going. I'm going to go check again.
I've still got video up for
All
us.
right, okay.
At least on YouTube, I do.
I thought he was saying what the hell that I was saying. He was one of those guys, but no. So, and you know what? There's nothing wrong depending on the sound and how you play one or two notes, okay? And depending on how long that goes on, right? Sometimes you just want that to sleep to, right? But I'm not going to pay money to listen to someone alternate between one or two notes between two different sounds. Doesn't make sense, right? I'll give you $1 for 20 hours of that crap. Sure, whatever, but no, maybe not even that. Right. But I guess what I'm getting at is there's a lot of people doing that. Exactly. No creativity.
Mm-hmm.
And they're charging tons of money. I'm not going to say a name, but there's someone that I've been aware of for 3 or 4 years now. And dude, I release on a frequent schedule, right? Probably more frequent than others. And I'm not saying I'm better than anybody else, but I'm always busy at it, right? And I got all these different avenues, right? But there are some people, I swear to God, I see this person releasing something like once every 2 weeks. And there's like nothing, it's different, but it's like nothing that differentiates. It sets it apart from what they just put out 2 weeks ago. It's like instead of playing da da da, they play da 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 da, and then the next week is da da da. It's just, I'm like, and this person gets a lot of people going like, "Oh, it's awesome! I love it! It's great! You're amazing!" And I'm sitting here going like, "You got to be kidding me!" I mean, maybe it's me. Maybe that is appealing to some people to hear that same sound just repeated on an upward scale 1 week and a downward scale the next week. And I don't know, but I'm going off on a tangent here, but
so
there is such a thing as good, pure ambient music. It may be 15 seconds of 3 notes being played, depending on the sound, but then mixing in something else and bringing something else in and a different melody and going with a flow. And there's some really good stuff out there, but it is so easy for somebody just to go, "Ooh, y'all check out my latest. Ooh." And it is tough to swim in that ocean is what I'm getting at.
So my friend Joey said you need to listen to the 4 chords song.
I have heard this before. Hold on a minute. Why is this ringing a bell? The 4 chord song. I'll have to pull it up here in a little bit. Oh, I like Holland's statement here. Your problem, Keith, is that you require intellectual stimulation from music. You're so not top 40 pop. Very true, sir. Very true. Very, very true.
He linked it to me. I'm gonna link it to you on Facebook.
Okay. I will go check it out after the show, definitely. But
Okay, I'm just gonna go ahead and link it to you real quick.
Yeah. I think I've heard of this before. And is it one of those things where I'm gonna have to empty the F-bomb bank?
The video? I don't know.
Oh, wait. No. I know what this is. This is the guys basically saying all of these songs are structured off of this 4 chord sequence here.
Yes.
Yes. I've seen that before. It's great. Every song is basically these 4 chords. Every pop song. But anyway. All right, Brandon, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to remind everybody about the contest again.
Uh-huh.
We're going to play another song.
Okay.
And then we're going to come back and hopefully pick a winner. All right?
Sounds good.
So the song I'm going to play now is from my album Songs from the Wounded Heart, which I released at the beginning of 2017. What is this, 2018? Oh, no, the beginning of this year. Sorry. The beginning of this year. And this song is actually a different version of a song that was on my album, The Maestoso Interstellar Suite. And I did a different version of it here for this song. And this album, Songs from the Wounded Heart, it has some new material and some kind of redone material from fan favorites from my previous albums. And it was really just me kind of as an exercise with some new plugins and stuff that I got, and new sounds and stuff like that. But the interesting thing about this one is I had Kayla do some reading for me on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the reading is from this anime I never can freaking remember it when I want to talk about it, but it's got this phrase in it that I thought was really, really cool. And it was basically about a long distance relationship and people communicating over light years. And I'm just going to give it a play. You'll hear the reading in it, and hopefully you'll like it. This is going to be Aphelion, Time and Distance, from my album Songs from the Wounded Heart. We're going to give that a play, but before I do, remember what you want to do is go sign up to the mailing list, and you could win an autographed copy of one of these 2 here CDs. Just saying.
Yeah.
Get your coasters today with my signature on it. But here's a link in there.
Signature coaster.
Signature coaster. No, this is worth having. But anyway, sign up to the mailing list. When you get that introductory email, reply back with your first and last name. After this song, we're going to tally up the number of people who have subscribed and have given their name. And Brandon's going to pick a random number. We're going to announce that person's name. If you're still watching, you're going to acknowledge it. And then we're going to give you an autographed copy of the CD of your choice. So anyway, here is Aphelion, Time and Distance from my album, Songs from the Wounded Heart. All right, dude, I got to go pee.
Aphelion, Time and Distance from my album,
Oh, let me
Songs
make sure
from
this
the
is
Wounded Heart.
going. There he goes. Okay. All right. I'll be right back.
Okay.
The time between us drifts further and further apart. That is why I've made a goal. To make my heart harder, colder, and stronger. The door that I know will never open. I won't knock on it eternally. We are far, very far apart. But it might be that thoughts can overcome time and distance.
All right, that was Aphelion, Time and Distance from my album Songs from the Wounded Heart, and we are back. Well, I'm back.
All right.
B has
that was
disappeared on
Aphelion,
us.
Time
B had to go
and
take care of
Distance
something
from my
important, but
album,
hopefully
Songs from
he's
the
going to
Wounded
be
Heart,
back
and
soon
we are
because I
back.
need
Well,
him to
I'm
do the
back.
drawing for the CD.
B has disappeared.
B,
on us.
get off
B had to go
phone.
take care of something important.
So,
hopefully he's going to be back soon because I need him to do the drawing.
let me see if
for
I
the
can
CD.
get back here.
B, get off phone.
So,
Let me see if I can get him back here.
so sorry about that, but hopefully you like that tune. We need to do the drawing,
So,
and then we've got time for
So sorry about that. But
final
hopefully you like that tune.
song before we close it out this evening.
We
And
need
if
to
you've been
do the
watching the whole
drawing,
time
and then we've
through,
got
just
time
regardless whether or not
for,
you
a
signed
final
up for the
song,
contest or not, man, I
before
really
we close it
appreciate
out
it.
this evening. And if
Again, I
you've
do
been
this every
watching the
Monday
whole
from
time
7 to
through, just
9,
regardless whether or not
and the
you
show is in
signed up
constant.
for the contest or not, man, I really appreciate it.
What's the word I'm looking for?
Again, I do this every Monday
modeling?
from 7 to 9.
As
and
we
the show
move
is in
forward
constant.
and figure out a good cadence of segments and so forth
What's the
like
word I'm
that.
looking
So
for?
not next Monday. Next Monday I'm gonna do. Hold on. How many times did I just say next Monday?
And figure out a
Next
good
Monday
cadence of segments
will
and so
be
forth like that. So, not
a
next
special
Monday. Next Monday,
Halloween
next
themed
Monday, I'm gonna do-
show.
hold on. How many times did I just say
Obviously,
next
I'll be
Monday?
playing my cover
Next
from
Monday
Chariots of Pumpkins, but I'll
will
also be
be
playing some
a
selections
special
from my
Halloween
two
themed show.
horror-inspired
Obviously, I'll be playing my
original
cover
motion
from
picture
Chariots of
soundtracks, and that
Pumpkins,
would
but
be
I'll
March
also
of the
be
Inanimate
playing
Repossessed and Mr.
selections
Sticks.
from my two
We'll be playing some of that.
horror-inspired
B will be with me
original
next week
picture
as well,
soundtracks,
and we
March
might
of the
have a
Inanimate
special guest
Repossessed
just trying to
and
work
Mr.
out the
Sticks.
details.
We'll be playing
So
some of
be
that.
sure to tune in for
Um,
that next
B will be
Monday,
with me next
October
week
the
as well, and
29th.
we might have a special guest.
Yes, October the
to work out
29th.
Details.
From 7 p.m.
Be sure to
Central
tune
to
in
9
for
p.m.
that
Central.
next Monday,
And B
October
is
the
back.
29th.
All right,
Welcome
sorry
back,
about
Mr.
that.
Pumpkins.
Yes, October the 29th.
So
from
we need to do this drawing, sir.
Okay. How many people we got?
I'm gonna count that up right now. You cannot sign up. You're already signed up, you idiot.
How did I sign up? When did I sign up beforehand?
You're not been signed up?
No, I haven't.
Oh, okay. Well, I appreciate that, but you don't need to reply with your. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So if we take Brandon out of the equation here,
Dang it.
all right. I need you to pick a number between 1 and 1.
Again? Really?
Yeah.
1.
Okay. All right. So the one person that signed up this evening, I'm going to call out your name. I'm not sure which channel you're watching from, whether that be YouTube, Twitch, or Facebook, but I'm going to call out your name, and you have to acknowledge in order to get your autograph CD. So, Joseph D., are you still watching?
That might be Joey. Joey, is that you? Because I've been
Don't say
posting.
Joey is that you. Let him acknowledge,
Yeah, it's him.
But I don't see it saying him. He's not on my stream watching it.
He's watching on my stream.
He's watching the restream.
He is watching the restream, but I've been posting all your restream, all your stuff on here.
Okay.
He did say, yeah, it's him. He's like, woo.
Is your last name Bob? Because the one I got here is a Joseph D. Bob.
Uh-oh, I don't know. Let's see.
Waiting on his.
I'm waiting on him.
Yeah.
He said negative. That actually isn't him.
Okay, but he's Joseph De La Rosa. It doesn't matter. We'll work. You work with me to get his mailing address,
Okay. Well,
and I'll send him an autograph CD. Which one? Which one? You know what? I'm gonna be nice. Both of them.
Oh,
I'll send him both,
getting 2 CDs for the price of 1.
which is free. So, see what happens when you're the only person to sign up to the mailing list. So,
I think it was
you won't
messing
be
with
so lucky next time, people. Just saying. You got 2 coasters for the price of 1.
Man, you got all these people that come onto your stream and watch, but all my viewers are the ones winning stuff.
I know. What is up with that? What? That doesn't make any damn sense.
That's I just,
What the hell?
mm,
Oh, no, that's funny though. I don't care if they're watching through you or not. As long as they're watching. But they need to go subscribe. So
Yeah.
you had like 8 people watching.
at one point I
8
did.
of
It's just right now it's just Joey
punks.
and me. Let me go to
Just Joey.
It is just Joey and me.
Just Joey.
Well, I'm watching too.
Well, I hope you enjoyed the restream, Joey. Nice of you to show up on Brandon's channel to get your free coasters.
There's your YouTube.
You are subscribed, Holland. And I thought I said if you were already subscribed, because I won't see you subscribe again. But just find an old email and reply. But I think you have mine, Holland. If you don't, let me know. I'll definitely get you a copy. Because I know I sent one before. I think it was Dawn. Yeah. Oh yeah, because you were one of the pledge subscribers. B, what the hell? Why is it taking you so long to subscribe to these things? What is wrong with you?
I don't know what's going on.
Who is Wackle? That must be Joey.
Yeah. Don't
Okay.
yell at me. I didn't do it.
Who is Wackle? I'll tell you what,
That must be Joey.
we are at the last bit. And so we're probably going to have to wrap it up. And but do me a favor, folks. Remember, tune in tune in next Monday, 7 o'clock, 7 to 9 Central Standard. We're going to do a special Halloween episode. It's going to be fun.
Spooky.
And B is going to go rewatch. Well, B is going to go see Halloween with me next Monday morning.
Yes.
And it'll be my
Actually,
second time to see it.
Funny thing.
Yeah.
When I went in there to the kitchen, I got a drink of water.
Mm-hmm.
They actually have the Halloween marathon playing on AMC right now. I think they're on Halloween 4 or 5.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. They've been doing that all October. They do, like, each day they'll do, like, one of the series, and they'll just play it back to back all day.
Okay.
So, like, they did all the Jason, all the Friday the 13th movies, and all the Nightmare on Elm Streets.
Mhm.
I think tomorrow is all the Child's Play movies.
Gotcha. God, I lost my train of thought. Oh
Monday.
yeah, we were closing out.
Yeah.
Next Monday. No, Monday. We'll do that Halloween special. And but definitely, go check out the music, guys. Support independent artists. Subscribe to me on YouTube, onto Facebooks, onto Twitches. Now that I'm multi-streaming or multicasting.
Yeah.
If I can figure out this whole chat integration with Facebook, that'd be a lot better. Because that kind of pissed me off. I mean, I'd see some comments coming in, but then they'd disappear, and I'd go look at the Facebook page, and they're like all there.
Yeah.
And obviously, everything that I was typing wasn't getting out to the Facebook Live event. But I'll figure it out. Otherwise, I'm not going to pay that subscription fee.
Well, that's something when I come over next.
Okay.
I'll take a look at it with you two, and then that way we can try and figure it out together.
Okay.
All right. That sounds good.
Together.
Yeah.
Together. Wait a minute. That looked weird. So anyway. All right. Hey now. Okay. I'll tell you what. So final song I'm going to play tonight. And it's becoming kind of a staple of how I end the show. Thanks, Holland. Talk to you later. Is a track that's on my album Skylines called Goodbye Dubai. Reading the chat. Sorry, that just did not look great. But anyway, it's kind of become a staple of how I close out the show, and this is going to be Goodbye Dubai from my album Skyline. So we really appreciate you joining, and we will see you next week. Peace out, guys. Say bye, B.
Oh, sorry. Bye.
Bye.
I zoned out real hard right there.
You totally zoned out.
Sorry.
Yeah, we're leaving, guys. You're like the little kid standing, next to the car going, come on, we're going. We're going. Huh?
What? I'm the
All
kid.
right,
I'm the
guys.
kid that you take down the toy aisle, and then they see something, and then you just keep walking, and then they start freaking out because they can't find you.
Oh, dear Lord. All right, guys. We're out of here. Goodbye, Dubai from my album Skylines. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
All right, we're muted from the stream.
Thanks for watching. We'll see you next week.
Yeah.
Oh, my Lanta. Oh. Dude, you were totally zoned out.
I was gone.
Say bye, B.
Bye.
Anyway. Oh, dude. Very cool. Let's see here. Okay, I did start recording. Thank God. Thought I forgot about that for a minute. Let's see who it is. Oh, man. God, I'm looking forward to this week being over.
Why? What's up?
I'm going to be on vacation for like a week and a half. I'm going to be busy as fuck, but, on vacation. So, you have to get your ass over here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think my dad said he's going to take some vacation time here soon, too.
Yeah.
I've been helping him do... I think I invited you to it on Xbox. He's got a clan.
Oh, okay.
He's trying to rebuild it and actually get it built back up to what it used to be a long time ago. So I've been helping him do that. I built that club page on Xbox for him, and thing is he's got all these people that say that they want to be in it and they want to help, but none of them are joining the club page. And he just told me today, he's like, if they don't join the club page, they're not in the clan. Like, they're not a part of Rage. And because he's wanting to bend over backwards for these guys. And my dad's when he does something, he does. It's not something where he's just gonna half-ass it.
Right,
like,
right.
He goes full bore into it. I remember when my sister was dating a guy, this is back when she was in middle school, and him and his friends did dirt biking, and my dad fixed all their bikes for them. He's like, well, let's just make a team. He made a team for them, took them out to racing tournaments and stuff, did a bunch of stuff for these kids. He went and paid out of pocket to have t-shirts made for them, hats made for them, stickers made for them, custom jerseys made for them, and they did really well. It lasted for about a year, and then a couple of them got hurt. One of them, he broke his collarbone, and another one dislocated his arm, and so they got real scared of doing it, and they didn't want to do it anymore.
Yeah.
And so they just kind of gave up on it, and my dad kind of was disappointed in that, because, he used to do racing a lot and competitions, and he loved doing it, and he just had a lot of fun being able to go out there and do that kind of stuff again. And we did a meeting yesterday, and I told him yesterday in the meeting, I was like, look, guys, my dad will bend over backwards for you guys, and he'll make sure that this works. But you gotta you gotta back him on it. You can't just sit there and say, oh, I want to do it, and I want to be a part of it, and not actually do anything. Because my dad's been talking to me about it for months now, about getting t-shirts for everybody that's in the clan and sending them out to everybody, getting custom vinyl decals for like their cars or whatever they want to stick them on,
Right.
printed out and sent to them, and hats and all this stuff made for everybody with their gamer tag and everything on it.
Mhm.
And I told him, I was like, if you want to do it. But once again, like, you gotta just don't go balls deep like you have, and then get disappointed because they don't want to do anything. And I told him that. I was like, you guys have to understand, my dad, when he does something like this, you're like family to him, and he's willing to do whatever it takes to make you guys improve and everything. Because my dad's even wanting to make like an MLG site, like one of those sites where you can go on and you can host tournaments and stuff. They were sponsored a long time ago. They were sponsored by a couple of little low indie companies, and they sent them a couple of things here and there. And then they dropped the sponsorships because they just didn't have enough people on.
Yeah.
And my dad's wanting to hopefully get them sponsored again, because there was a point where my dad was actually talking to Monster about getting them sponsored by Monster and sending them. Monster was wanting to fly my dad's team out to state tournaments and stuff, and help him out. But they just didn't seem interested. So
Cool.
I just wanted to help him out with that.
Yeah. Oh, I'm listening to you, dude. I'm just monitoring the song, and then I'm gonna play the outro, and then I'm gonna hang up and go eat.
All right, what you eating? What you got for dinner tonight?
I'm not really sure. I think it's a chicken salad, something.
She texted me earlier. She's like, "Hey, where'd you get that little red sausage that you got? That little snack sausage you had?" I was like, "You mean the pickled sausage?" She's like, "Yeah." I was like, "I mean, you could check the jerky aisle because she was at Kroger at the time, so you could check the jerky aisle and see if you can find it down there." But I told her, I was like, "I think your best bet would be getting it at a gas station, because that's usually where I get them."
Right.
And then she was like, "Okay, I'll have to check." I just thought it was so random. She could just say,
Right. Hey, where did you get the little red
the
sausage?
little red sausage? I had to think for a second. I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh my god, dude. Let's see your transition. And then click that. Let's see here.
And from the 5 of us on Apollo 10, Tom Stafford, John Young, Gene Cernan, Charlie Brown, and Snoopy, we hope you've enjoyed it today. Thank you much, Dan. We appreciated the show. It was
I
very
need to
nice.
work on
We'll
my
see you
background
tomorrow.
graphic. It needs to be updated.
Dan, tomorrow we should be around. Right.
I still like the idea of doing some Monday Musing shirts.
Yeah, we might just have to do that.
That'd be kind
Because I can do them easily on that print-on-demand shit. That's a good idea. Add that to my list. All right, stop the recording.